I guess this was yesterday. They had to delete this tweet. NBC Chicago had an editorial, I guess. Oh, so this is a cross publish with CNBC, it seems like. Although maybe NBC Chicago was the only one that tweeted it out. They seemed proud of this. Tom Brady cut his retirement short. If other retirees take his cue, it may reduce the labor shortage. We could scroll down a bit.
They're not serious about it.
No, they're serious. He's a great example for everybody. Go down before like the just the opening part. Tom Brady sat on the sidelines for only 40 days before deciding. That's all right. It's fine. Maybe I can find it myself. All right. Well, I mean, do we even need the body of the article?
Yeah, you can start. I got it right back.
Okay. I need to find it first. All right. Tom Brady sat on the sidelines for only 40 days before deciding to end his retirement from pro football. It is possible that more retired workers could do the same, according to research from the Center for Retirement Research at Boston College. To be sure, Brady is not your average retiree. No way. Yet at just 44 years old, the celebrity quarterback was the oldest player entering the 2021-2022 NFL season. Blah, blah, blah. Brady unretired. Today, there are more than 15 million people who fall between the traditional retirement ages of 55 to 70 who say they are retired, according to the Center for Retirement Research. Here, blah, blah, blah. Now,
this is all, of course, to drive down wages.
Exactly.
We need these retirees to come back to drive down wages. Now, of course, that's not happening in football.
No, but I mean, working at a CVS, that's probably applicable for being Tom Brady, the most decorated quarterback of all time.
Time for you guys to unretire. If you're the top of the game, if you were the best sales clerk or the best waiter at the Applebee's, get back in the game.
Yeah. In recent decades, only a small number of people decide to do an about-facing return to the workforce. Now, however, it is possible recent trends could help entice more retirees to come back. That's my favorite part about this, too, is the writing in the passive voice, essentially, when like the entire crux of the article is like, you could be just like that stud Tom Brady, model wife, 7 Super Bowl rings, right? Like that could totally be you. If only you would just come back and help the capitalists and unretire so that we don't have to raise wages in general and get people back to work.
But you know what's so bizarre too? It's like, I'm sorry, like maybe retirees are reading CNBC. Maybe like they're looking at that. Maybe they're looking at their retirement accounts. I don't know. It just seems.
Yeah. Is this like just grist for anxious bosses that want to
I
do
sort of
like
feel like it is also a way of demonizing like the people who have retired. Like,
yes.
I think this is more about not having people return, but like, keeping the workforce.
Come on, old people. Well, there's a pandemic going on. Get
hey,
out there
everybody, listen. Don't be like, be like Tom Brady. Why don't you stick around?
Yeah.
You don't want to head home and find out that you want to keep slinging those French fries.
Yeah, but
come on, guys.
you don't have a union organizing on your behalf like Tom Brady does. So that's just a small difference.
Come on.
this is
You're the GOAT, my man. So make sure you stick around here and sweep the floors. So get it done.
This is like a good lesson of, when like the U.S. foreign policy establishment says democracy, for instance, they kind of mean neoliberal capitalism.
Yeah.
And the same way when like CNBC types talk about inflation, you have to make sure they're not talking about wage inflation primarily.
Of course they are.
Exactly.
Of course they are.
If Tom Brady can
what do you
risk
think about him
sacked,
coming back? You know that I'm convinced he waited for that football to be auctioned.
Oh, it's hilarious. I love that story.
I don't think that's a coincidence.
What do I think about him coming back? I mean, all right. Well, I'm annoyed, but the at the same time,
why did you like give him up on your rotisserie team or something like that?
What's a rotisserie team?
Oh, that's
I thought that was just a chicken.
Like 1990s fantasy football.
Yeah.
That's what he used to call like fantasy baseball. Yeah.
No, he like. So I think his whole initial first of all, I love seeing Adam Schefter take an L, right? So yeah, this is what we're referring to. Tom Brady's last touchdown pass was auctioned to some guy at Sotheby's for over $500K. and then he unretired.
Like within 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, so sucks to suck, but like this was not a real retirement. This was a power play for Brady to play elsewhere. I think he wanted to go to San Francisco. That's my opinion. And then he realized that that's not going to happen. They want to, I think, commit to Trey Lance. I don't understand what San Francisco's doing. Like, they want to stick with Jimmy Garoppolo, even though he wanted to go there originally too. They missed out. Then he wins the Super Bowl with the Bucs. Now they're doing it again. I just think they want to stick with their plan. And Brady.
Why did Brady want to go to San Francisco?
Because that's his childhood team. If he could win it, and they're like Super Bowl ready now. They just have terrible quarterback play. Like, they are arguably roster wise from top to bottom best team in football, one of them. And so it's his childhood team. That's the only team on the West Coast he'd said he'd play for. And then there were also discussions that he might go to Miami and Sean Payton would come out of retirement. I think he wants to like do it in a different place. And that would be just another pelt.
So he could win on teams.
Yeah, but that's so I think it was a way he wanted the Bucs to like release his rights or trade him or something, but they're still stacked. And so he decided to come back and give it another go. The weird thing is that he said he didn't want some sort of like Jeter retirement tour. But now he's going to get it. This has got to be his last year. I mean, Jesus. He said he wants to play till he's 45. When does he turns 45 in a few months, I think. So I think this will be his final year. But
and 45 old for a football player, but to use that as an example of why people should work late into their 60s is a little bit repulsive.
Yes, right, exactly. Tom Brady risks breaking his legs by getting sacked, so you should risk breaking your legs on a forklift.
Let's read some IMs, shall we? Let's see. War on Santa. What happened to the soundboard? Seems the show is missing the old drops and some opportunities for Michael to be further immortalized. We understood the pandemic after everything up, but now we're vaxxed and boosted. Fix the goddamn board. What happened to the soundboard?
It produced an overwhelming sense of impending doom.
It's funny. I was actually thinking about that. We got to start. We got to get you back into it. And I got.
That's why I'm back in this. I'm back in the. Right
I am. We are in the process. We have done phase 1. Yesterday we did phase 2. We've gotten the audio set. I think we may play around a little bit with the cameras. You're going to start to see Matt Leck on camera.
Are you excited about
that?
Matt?
Bradley in the background too of that even.
And maybe we need a solution to it that risks the imagination of a new kind of possibility.
Exactly. And I think I have located, it's taken me a while, I've located the desks that I'm going to bring in. Got to be the proper size, got to be the proper angle, proper finish on top.
We're going to auction off these horseshoe desks?
I don't know. We got to do something with those. Maybe bring them to the live show and give them away. We're going to need a truck. But that's a good one. Seems the show is missing old drops, right? We understood the pandemic. Okay, got it.
You see people's feedback loops interrupted.
Oh, yeah.